I'm Sarah and I have ADHD. One thing that I wanted to start off by saying is that life has been a little crazy recently. Changes in what I do at work, with things opening back up, with being fully vaccinated, feeling a little more comfortable doing things. I haven't uploaded in a while, and I haven't filmed in a while, and I haven't edited in a while. I also got Final Cut Pro and I don't know how to use it. It's been a second since I've talked to you guys, and for that I apologize, and for those of you who stuck around, thanks. I appreciate it. I can't promise that my upload schedule will be any more consistent than it has been, but I will try my best. I got some sparkling water. Cheers. I am 29 years old. I'm also out of breath from running to get that water. Yikes. And I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I was diagnosed with it when I was 26, and now I make videos about my life with ADHD. If that's something you're into, go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content. I'm going to go over 5 hobbies that I picked up during quarantine life, whose lifespans did not make it past quarantine life. People with ADHD tend to get very super invested or hyper-focused on new interests. And so they have very passionate but very brief, very short-lived hobbies. And these are 5 of those that I had this year. All of these things aren't things that I'm writing off forever, where I'm like, I'm never going to do that. They're just things that I bought around the beginning of the pandemic and haven't used since then. Roller skating. A very popular quarantine hobby. I actually ordered this pair of quad skates long before quarantine and the TikTok skating trend happened. But then they sat in my closet and I didn't use them. Around March 2020, when everything was shut down and I needed something to do, I thought, what better time than now to learn how to roller skate? Have all the appropriate gear. I have my helmet, my elbow pads, my wrist guards, my knee pads, my skates. I did practice skating in my house down a 10-foot hallway, and I did so pretty consistently for maybe a week, and then I didn't skate for a little while, and it got nicer outside, and I decided I'm gonna take these bad boys out into my driveway. So I did. Probably 5 minutes into my outdoor skate, my skates slipped out from under me. I landed on my tailbone. I couldn't sit on anything other than a pillow for probably 2 weeks. Sometimes to this day, and this was pretty much a full year ago, if I'm sitting for a long time, it gets really sore. I was terrified to skate after that. I decided, no, I'm not giving up this quarantine hobby. So, another fun ADHD symptom is impulse purchasing. Because I was absolutely petrified of falling like I did again, I got myself one of these bad boys. A turtle pillow that you strap to your waist and your legs to protect your butt while you're skateboarding or roller skating or snowboarding. I purchased this guy and I still have not skated again. Water break. Gotta stay hydrated, folks. hobby number 2. Miniature building. I have a very good friend who built a similar kit at the beginning of quarantine, and it looked beautiful and fun, kind of like a puzzle, but something more interesting and three-dimensional once you're finished. So I bought this kit and was super stoked on it. It is sunroom garden-y kind of deal. And I opened all of the pieces and glue and instructions, and this is what I made. This tiny bench end table kind of dealio, and that's it. There's literally hundreds of pieces in here. I'm proud of this, but this is all I did. And then it got packed up in its box and put into a closet, and that is where it has stayed until just now when I got it out for this video. Next hobby that I attempted to pick up was featured in my How to Avoid the ADHD Tax series. I think it came up in both videos actually, but hobby number 3 is crocheting. I actually joined a subscription club that teaches you how to crochet and teaches you different stitches, and you get 1 pack a month, and it comes with 2 skeins of yarn and teaches you 2 or 3, I think, 3 blocks. In the end, it is a set subscription box, so you get a certain number of packages. It isn't one that just continues on forever, but at the end, once you've done all of it, you have made a lovely throw blanket. I do know how to knit, and so I thought it would be fun to learn a new skill and create something that had like it was a finite project. It wasn't just learning to crochet forever. It was learning to crochet in order to make this blanket. I worked on the first block, got frustrated, remember why I decided to learn to knit instead of learning to crochet, and stopped. The 4th hobby. This one is actually a hobby that I used to really actually have, and used to do this kind of thing a lot, and so I wanted to get back into it, and that is sewing. I have a sewing machine set up in my office. These are 3 patterns that I have. Don't really know why I have these particular ones. I have an amazing box of tons and tons of old patterns that I got after my grandmother passed away, and I have some fabric for a dress that I was planning on making, and then I decided I was really going to push my skill level and my knowledge and make a bralette, which sewing lingerie, so these delicate and stretchy materials, this netting and this beautiful black scalloped lace is very difficult compared to some other fabrics that you could be sewing. So I bought a kit, and this bralette is gorgeous. It comes with everything you need, all of the elastics. So I got as far as cutting out the pattern, sizing the pattern for myself, and cutting out all of the pieces. And then I stopped. At least I put it in a container, and everything's packaged away nicely. That's good. That's good. My fifth and final quarantine hobby, unless you count impulse purchasing things from the internet a hobby, and that's not a hobby that I gave up, let's be honest, so probably shouldn't be in this video anyway, is nail art. And specifically at home S&S manicures or dip powder nails. I am not a person who goes to a salon to get my nails done. I have a lot of sensory issues with textures and things, and in a lot of my experiences it's kind of painful with the cuticles and I just don't love it. And I'm pretty a-okay at painting my nails myself, even though I'm very impatient, but I wanted my nails to look nice while everything was shut down, and a lot of people that I follow on Instagram and on YouTube were getting into doing their nails themselves using dip powder. And while they were like, there is a learning curve, of course, that there is a reason professionals do it, you can do it at home and you can make it look nice at home. So I got excited and I actually ordered 4, but I only brought 3 in because I didn't have enough hands. These pretty pastel powders for springtime, and I did them once, and this is what they look like. Not too bad from far away, but definitely not great either. And that's fine because it was my first time doing it, and I did think that it was easier than I expected. Again, not easy, but easier than I expected. And they looked really cute, and they probably would be awesome if I practiced more. But what I hated was having to take them off. I have a new hobby that is related to nail art, and I've mentioned these in a ton of my videos, but the Sticky Fix nail stickers have been a lifesaver, and because they are fast, I don't have to wait on them to dry, they don't chip, and they come in cute patterns that I could never achieve with just plain polish. I have these adorable little daisies and bees. They're clear on my nails, and I would never be able to achieve this with anything other than these nail stickers. So nail art kind of is a hobby of mine, I guess, that I picked up in quarantine, but not the dip powder. Didn't pan out. I'm trying to think of a good pun there, but it's not coming. I don't have one. Those are a good illustration of my fleeting interests thanks to ADHD. All of these things I was hype about when I bought them, or you know, when I decided to get started, and I thought it was gonna be my new thing for sure. It can be a really frustrating thing and a really not so great thing for your finances, because these things were things I was obsessed with when I first got them, and I wanted to buy these little pots of dip powder. Are not cheap, and I wanted to buy like 48 colors at first. I didn't, thankfully, but I wanted to, and then where would I be? I would have paid an outrageous amount of money for something that I never used. Again, sorry that my upload schedule has been a little wonky, and hopefully it will get better very soon, but I appreciate you guys for giving this a watch and for sticking around. You should let me know what hobbies you've picked up recently that maybe you didn't actually pick up. I hope you have a great one. Bye.